You know, happiness is not something I found in a single moment. It wasn't hiding in success, or in people, or in things I thought would complete me. It came very quietly, in the middle of ordinary days, when I started to see life differently. So today, I want to share with you 7 happiness tips that changed me. Not lessons from books, but from real days. The kind that test you, break you, and then rebuild you. There was a time I felt like life was unfair. Nothing worked, everything felt delayed. Then one day, I met an old man selling tea under the rain. I asked him, "Don't you get tired working in this weather?" He smiled and said, "Son, at least the rain washes the dust off my soul." That day I realized, happiness isn't in what happens, it is in how we see what happens. Every storm has a blessing. You just have to train your eyes to find it. Once I almost gave up on my dreams because of opinions. Too late. Too hard. Not your thing. But then I realized, people only talk from their own fears, not my future. When I stopped explaining myself to everyone, I found peace. The truth is, people will judge you whether you rise or fall, so rise anyway. Because silence is sometimes the loudest answer. One night I made a list of everything I'd lost. Then, for some reason, I made another list of what I still had, and I cried. Because I realized I had more than I ever noticed. The bed I sleep in, the air I breathe, the people who still call me home. Happiness begins when you stop counting what is missing and start thanking what is already there. Every thank you is a small doorway to peace. We all hold on to things that hurt us. Old words, old mistakes, people who left. But holding on only makes you bleed longer. One day I stood by a river and realized, the water never tries to flow backward, it just moves forward, effortlessly. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means making peace with what can't be changed. The past is a teacher, not a prison. I once heard a rumor about myself, something I never said or did. At first it hurt, but later I learned, people talk about others when they don't have enough to say about their own lives. If you ever find yourself being talked about, just smile. It means you are still relevant in someone's mind. Let them waste their breath. You use yours to breathe peace. Protect your energy like treasure, because gossip steals joy faster than pain ever can. There was a time I lived according to everyone else's map. Study this, work there, marry then, retire later. But no one asked, what do you want your life to look like? So I asked myself. And slowly, I began to design it, not for perfection, but for purpose. Happiness is not about having everything. It is about building something that feels like home inside your own soul. Remember, you cannot live your best life following someone else's script. Laughter. It is medicine without side effects. There was a time I forgot how to laugh. Everything was serious. Everything was pressure. Then one day, I saw a child fall, cry, then laugh at his own clumsiness. That is when it hit me. Life does not need to be perfect to be joyful. Laughter brings oxygen to the soul. So laugh even when it is hard, because every time you do, you are telling pain, you don't own me anymore. So if you ever wonder what happiness really means, it's not a destination or an achievement. It is these small choices made every single day. Look for the good, ignore the noise, be grateful, let go, protect your peace, build your life, and laugh. Laugh like your heart remembers how. Because happiness is not out there somewhere. It is right here, waiting for you to notice it.